Hey, what's up guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mistermoose, and today we are back playing a little more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Today we start off in the junkyard doing a little searching for a project car. Got a little Honda here that we could do. A little Civic Coupe, little i4 in it. Not really. But yeah, I'm a little burned on the V8s. We've done so many of them. i5 Mitsubishi Eclipse, not really. That I thought, hey, let's do something different. Let's change it up a little bit. So I thought we picked the junkyard, and really the only thing that has, tickled my fancy is this little GT20 over here. We haven't built one yet for a recording. I have done one in a live stream. And you want to talk about a boss engine. This i6 trip carbs on the side. Oh, it's a fun engine to build. So I was thinking maybe this would be the car that we get. This is the Sakura GT20, which is really the Toyota 2000 GT. And yeah, it's missing a couple of doors, but I've got the doors probably in storage. It's, missing glass all the way around it. But we're going to replace that anyways. Got no seats. Going to replace those anyways. So really, it's a pretty good project car. I mean, the rest of the stuff is there. The front bumper's missing. I might have one of those in storage as well. I picked a lot of parts for this car before. But yeah, I mean, pretty much most of the engine is here. Head cover's not there, and it's missing all the carburetors. Not really an issue. I can deal with that. How much is it? Ew, 17,371. Yeah, let's buy it. Let's do that. That's gonna be our project for today. So we'll send that to the garage, and I'll head back to the garage, and I'll meet you guys there. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see what kind of car we ended up with here. As soon as the game loads in, there we go. Yeah, not terrible. Green. Anyways, let's make a little room over here and we will get it going. As promised, I did go ahead and build out the Impala here with the standard version of the SS409. And I must say, it's a beauty. I went with a little canary yellow on there. It is nice. I like it. Looks sharp. Anyways, so this guy fixed up $67,732. Pretty good. Pretty good. That is a great mod pack. I really did enjoy that. And thanks to Gollywog for putting that up for everybody. If you haven't seen it yet, go to the discussion in the Steam forums and go to the modding discussion, and you'll see his garage in there where you can download those. Hopefully we'll have a Steam workshop really soon, and it'll make getting all the cars really easy. So let's put that in parking, and then we'll move this guy up here to the front of the line, and we'll get started. Really looking forward to the Steam Workshop. I think the Steam Workshop is going to really add a lot to the game and help keep the interest in the game alive. Because right now the game is going to need some help in its current state. It's fun, but you're going to get to a point where you're going to get burned out on it without the mods or without some changes to the game. The biggest being the barn finds. Why they didn't make the barn finds regenerative instead of being based on your level and then capping the level at like 60. I don't really understand that. Why there's even a level cap in the game, I don't understand. While I'm down here, let's get this exhaust pipe out, because I don't think you can pull this engine with that particular down tube on there. So I think you do have to take that out. All right, move that to 1. And then we'll take the hood off of this thing, because you wouldn't pull the engine with the hood on there. There you go. And then we will go ahead and put this back where it goes. Put the engine on the stand over here. There you go. And we'll rotate it around so it at least looks right. Oops, that was the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, cool little engine. It's gonna be fun to build out, but first we do the suspension. Let's get that out of the way, and then we'll do the cool stuff. Oh man, he does the suspension first. Well, I'll come back tomorrow and watch that video. Yeah, but there's definitely some massaging in the game as far as how you keep people's interest in it. I wrote a thing on the discussion board today for the devs, hopefully to read, regarding the auction house, because it's totally messed up. If you played this game in CMS 15, the auction house was the only way for you to get additional cars to work on. So it had a variety of cars in there. You had levels 1, 2, 3. You had 4-star cars in there. It had a good variety. You'd have cars that were missing body panels. I'm gonna get those last. Let's jump over here. Trying to remember to do this somewhat realistic. But yeah, you had a good variety of cars in there, and rightly so, because again, it was your only source for automobiles in the game to restore. So some people may argue with me, well, you know, the auction house doesn't have to be that way in this game because you had the barn finds and you have the junkyard. And I can see that point. However, your barn finds are limited. And you're capped out at 60 levels. So once you get up there and you've done all your barn finds, and let's be honest, not every barn find is a good, I mean, not every barn find is something you want. I don't want to build a Pinto. I really don't. I got no desire to build a Pinto. I really don't want to build a Honda Civic, nor do I want to build the Mitsubishi Eclipse that I'd normally find in there. And you can only build so many times the pickup truck that's in there. I mean, you're gonna get burned out on some of these cars. And you know, I know they've added the F mills in with the, you know, with the straight 6 in there, and that's cool that they've added that in as well. But again, you still, once those not every barn find is going to yield you the cars that you want, so that you can, you know, build them all out and make them great, right? And, you know, not everybody understands that the barn finds are limited. There are still people who will go in and they'll burn up all their barn finds early on. Why did I do that? I'm a rambling and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. And it's early and I haven't even had a cup of coffee yet. So I'm barely functioning as a human being. Bottom suspension arm is bad. The brake calipers are good. All that's good. So I need some discs and some brakes. What's next? Knuckle covers are good. I need one knuckle C. The cross member is good. I need a sway bar B, 2 wheel hubs, a lot of bearings, bushings. Steering knuckle is good. Upper suspension is good. We're good. A little bit different build this time on the suspension too, if you noticed. I'll go over the subtle differences with you in just a minute. Let's buy all this out real quick. So I needed a bottom suspension arm. I'm going to need 2 of these, and then I'm going to need 2 of these, and then I'm going to need 2 of those. I'm going to need a front steering knuckle C this time instead of B. Sway bar B, 2 of these, 2 of those, 2 of thems. And then 2 of these, 12 of these guys, 2 of these, and 2 of those. And then in brakes, we are going to need 2 of these and 2 of those. And that should be it, if memory serves me correct. So little differences on this one. In all of the double wishbones we've been building so far in the muscle cars that we've been doing, they've been knuckle B. And the difference in that is where the tie rods come in. The tie rods come in the back of the knuckle on the B builder. On the C, the tie rod, the steering linkage is all in the front. See how the knuckle comes out here to the front on this one? A little bit different. The rest of the build is the exact same, but it's a little different. It's a refreshing change. Like I said, mixing it up today, doing something different. Getting out of our comfort zone. Yeah, really be out of my comfort zone when I build the engine, because I've built the engine one time. So as far as, you know, having the parts list memorized is not going to be the case. And it really is just a matter of getting down to, you know, how many cam bearing you have on there and all that other stuff. Because it has cam bearing caps on it. And it's got 4 cams or 2 cams in it. 2 cams, and then it's got the bearing caps that hold all that on there. Alright, let's go build our shocks. You know what's so funny? I did it again. I forgot to come over here and build this. And the funniest thing is when I was in the store buying them, I was like, gonna go straight from the store over and build these real quick. Gonna go straight over. I mean, in the back of my mind, that's what I'm thinking while I'm talking to y'all. What I do, as soon as I got out of there, I went straight to the car and built the engine. Or started building the suspension. I completely ignored them. Ah, go figure. Way to go, Moose. Screwed it up again. I think everybody will have to stop and have a moment if I ever, you know, come out of the store and actually go right over there and put the suspension in. Everybody will have to pause for a moment. Mark the calendar. I have to have a moment of silence and remember this moment when he actually did something right. Oh, goodness me. Alright, so let's put the bottom suspension arm in. There we go. Tighten those up. And then put the upper suspension arm in. Anyways, what were we talking about? I don't know. We talked about the auction house a little bit, right? How it needs to be fixed. I mean, the auction house should be like a, you know, it should be like a dealer auction where they take all the trade-ins and sell them off. I don't know about where you live. Where I live, like that happens every Wednesday and Saturday, like clockwork. If you want to go pick up a cheap automobile, that's where you go. Most of your used car lots go there to buy cars, and you know, especially like your questionable used car lots. They go buy cars there and then bring them in, fix them up, and then slap them on their lot. But it's also a good place for you to pick up cars. You know, if you want to build a car for your kid or something like that. You know, I remember going there with my dad as a kid, He used to buy them, and you know, for a trusty second automobile for the family, you know, or for a farm car or something like that, you know. He was notorious. He'd fix them up, use them for a little bit, and he'd turn around and sell them. Fix another one up, turn around and sell it. And he you know, he'd buy purpose-driven automobiles as well out of there, you know. I remember we used to buy old houses, or he used to buy old houses and fix them up. And he always wanted like a construction truck or service truck that he could load all his tools and parts, plumbing fixtures and things like that in, so that when he went to go fix a house, everything was on the truck. So he happened to buy a plumbing truck one time, and they had the utility cab on bed and everything on it. I had to tear the engine out of it and rebuild that engine. That might have been the first car I ever drove, too. The first truck I ever drove. I think that is. I think that's the first one I ever drove, was that truck. And I'm talking like I was young when I did it. I didn't have a license or anything. It was just around the yard. But I think that might have been it. I think that might have been the first vehicle I ever drove. It was an old Ford, like a Ford 350 with a utility bed on it, with all the doors and shelves and drawers and all that other stuff. It was an old plumbing truck. He bought it at an auction. My old man in auctions, man, they were a match made in heaven. He loved them. Brake calipers, got to get that. Got to get a caliper cylinder and pads and all that good stuff, right? Cold spring drive, I got. What else do I need? This is where it gets interesting. I need one of those and one of these. And I need a couple of rear B shock absorbers. Gonna have to get a new cap, and I'm gonna have to get a spring, and then the spring cap are probably good. They are. Solid rear axle I need a control arm. Ugh. It's not the best repair job in the world. I might as well get a fuel tank while we're at it, and a one of them things that goes in the fuel tank. What are they called? Oh yeah, a fuel pump. Yeah, one of those too. That might help out a little bit as well. All right, so into the store we go. Let's get these last bits here. So we need 2 of these, and 1 of those, and 2 of these, and 2 of those. And then we go to suspension, and we start working our way down. Let's see, where are we at with this? We start with this stuff up in here, right? Rear end starts here with 1 of those and 1 of them. And then we get the shock absorber Bs and 2 of those and a couple of thems. And then we come down here, and I need 2 of these. Don't forget those. Get 1 of those and 1 of them. That is good. God, I think that's all of that. And then over here, we'll come and we'll search for fuel tank. Ba-doom. And we'll get 1 of those, and we'll get 1 of them. And then we'll Superman up here and start putting it all back together. So I'll pop the rear end in place, control arm in place, put the bushing in the control arm, zoop, and then we'll put the bottom piece on here. There we go. U-bolt goes in. But anyways, yeah, I wish they'd fix that up. Hopefully they'll fix that. They need it for longevity. Like I said, you need more variety in the game because you're going to get to the point where I'm messing up here. I need to go over here and put this in. I'm getting out of order. I mean, I could have built it out that way. No big deal. A little unrealistic. You wouldn't start building out that side with half of the rear ends, you know, affixed to the car. Now you could do it. Anyways. Okay, need more variety in the game because, like I said, once you get to level 60 and you deplete all your barn finds, going to the junkyard and buying cars out of the junkyard to fix up is going to get old. And when you go to the auction house and everything in the auction house is a 4-star, that's going to get old too. You need some variety. You need to have a good mix of condition of cars that you're getting. Oh, I forgot to put that one on. Thought I saw that. Boy, I'm just not all here today. Y'all gotta understand, it's like I just woke up a little while ago and said, you know, hey, let's play a little car mechanic. Record a video. I am not bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I haven't had a cup of coffee yet. I don't really function without it. I am one of those people who drinks a pot of coffee a day, and that's really what gets my motor running. All right, that is all situated. Now I need to finish up this side here. Boy, this is like the worst build I've ever done. The most disorganized build I've ever done for sure. Like, where is he at? He's all over the road with this. All right, let's separate out the tires. Man, my fat body cannot walk around this garage without running into something. Speaking of the toolbox, I don't know if you guys noticed, I leveled up to 42. I took a day off from recording videos just to play the game some. Normally it's you know, everyday recording thing for me, but I decided, you know, I'm gonna take a break. I've done so many of these cars and everything that I'm just gonna level up a little bit because I really wanted to get that My Friend perk. I wanted to get to My Friend, which is this one right here. 50% cheaper trips to the junkyard and barns. Was hoping that would be working now because they fixed a few things in the game recently with some patches and something about car value being fixed. So I was sure that this was going to work, and it doesn't. It's still not working. I really hope they get that fixed soon. That would be very nice before I start going and using all my barn finds up. I do have 6 new barn finds. But I'm going to hold off on hitting them. I'm going to collect them up. I'm going to try to fill my map back up before I start hitting more barn finds. Because, you know, I only get 1 per level all the way up to 60. So I only got 1 rim repaired out of that. That was nasty. That was just rude. Well, I'm thinking that gives us an excuse to buy new rims. All right, so new rims. Which ones are we going to go with? Because I really don't like the one that's on there. The one that's on there is just kind of... I mean, we're going to make this be a little sporty car. It ought to have a sporty rim on it. Something that looks sexy. I am thinking something with a little bling to it. They really need a DLC for rims. I mean, the selection they have on here is weak. A rim and tire DLC would be awesome. Tell you what, let's go with just trying to find something that'd be kind of nice for that car. A little sportier than what was on there. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go 4 of these. And then the tires on it, I think they were 165. 165/80s? Is that what I saw? Yeah, 165/80s. 165/80s. Alright, so to the tire store. Now these are vintage tire B. I don't know about y'all. I like a little white wall on some of my tires. I like the white stripe on a car. I don't know, like trucks and stuff. I like black walls, but on a car, I sort of like a little bit of white wall on there, or some white lettering on there. Though these are all fat and gaudy, I don't like them that much. I guess we'll stick with the vintage tire B. 165, and we'll crank that up to 80, and we'll crank that up to 4. I need something with a reason to put racing slicks on it, you know. I think technically on the street rod we should put racing slicks on it. Oh, I don't want that rim. No, 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 no. Let's try this again. That rim. Thank you. Yeah, we should have put some fat racing slicks on this one. This car needs also a chute and a wheelie bar on the back of it. And it would have been that much cooler. Still a nice car though. It was a lot of fun to build. That whole package, having all 3 cars makes that package awesome. Just makes it really cool. And each car's got a little subtle variant to it. That's kind of nice. And we'll take that. We'll put another one on here. And then we'll put another one on here. How these are gonna look. I mean, this could have been the right call or the wrong car. I don't know. I'm gonna... What? Whoa, that ain't what I wanted to do. How'd I end up on this side over here? Ah, sometimes, game, you amaze me. We ended up back over there. Pull this one, thank you. Pull that one, thank you. Put another one on there. Balance that one, thank you. Oh yeah. Kind of sexy. I think when we change the paint color, it'll look good. It would look better with a wheel with a white stripe though on it, or some white lettering. I will say that much. Let's see. No, that's not the one that needs to be done. That one is the one that needs to be done. There we go. Yeah, we need a little more bling in the game. I kind of like that. All right. We got some running gear now. Now it's just all about getting the power for the car. Go ahead and take these out, that out, and that out. So I noticed something yesterday when I was working on cars and just grinding out the levels. Oh my gosh, the grind. It is so real. When you come over to the battery charger, you ever wonder like how it's conditioning and everything? If you watch the label's black, and as that label, the black dissipates off of the label and it's done. That's how you can know when it's just about done, if you're trying to wonder how long it takes or whatever to get it repaired. I just kind of had noticed that the other day. One of those little subtle things that you don't necessarily pick up unless you're just absolutely bored out of your mind. All right. So all that is done. Let's take a look in here and see what kind of body panels I might have for this car. And just kind of see where we're at with it. I know I need a front bumper. There's the carburetors too that are going to be needed for it. I wonder how many I have. Let's look at side draft. Just one. Well. GT20 is what I need. Aha, so I got doors. What do we got? Rear bumper and left fender. Oh, at least we got the doors. There we go. Got a blue door, got a gray door, and a green car. All right, well, anyways, it's a start. And, yeah. I think that's going to do it for today. But tomorrow we'll come back and we'll build this engine and get some power into it. Fun little engine we're going to build. I like this i6. And we'll build it out, get a little power into it. See how it goes. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the build today, please do me a favor, smack that like button, share the video with your friends, tell them about the channel, and of course leave a comment down below. And I appreciate all the comments from everybody, and I do read them all. I don't always respond, but I try to read them all and then address most of it in the videos and stuff. For those of you who were asking for the Dodge build, yeah, we'll do the Dodge. I just needed a break from the V8s. It's all we've been building for about a week and a half, and so I needed a break from it. I debated on doing this car or doing the Mazda RX-7, and with the rotary engine in it, and I went with this one. I may do this car and then like an RX-7, and then we'll do the Dodge. But I had to take a break from the V8s because they were just, it seemed like that was all we were doing. So, but anyways, thanks for all the comments. Keep leaving them. I appreciate it. I appreciate the input, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Till then, stay safe. Have yourself a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye bye.